Well, no one in weather, as you could see, got the day off today, but thousands of you did because of the weather. And that included your state lawmakers. And get this, it was a bipartisan, agreed upon snow day. We found consensus. But agreed to was that they would work late last night to take care of business on the table. And that business was some heavy lifting in the Minnesota Senate on two bills that have been in works in this state for 20 years. One that restores the right to vote for felons on probation, and one that allows undocumented immigrants to apply for and get a Minnesota driver's license. John Croman recaps the midnight oil burn at the People's House.
Senator, you can pound that gavel all you want, but it won't contain the emotions of those who've waited decades for this moment. The final stop on the long road to restoring voting rights to 50,000 plus Minnesotans on probation for felonies.
I was in prison, right? I came home. I'm a homeowner now. This year when folks came by door knocking, I was embarrassed. I felt criminalized all over again. For folks to say, you own your home, but you don't have a vote, I had to explain to these folks why I don't have a vote.
It's a change supported by all of Minnesota's statewide leaders.
Then surely that individual is worthy enough to have a say and a stake in terms of who governs them and how.
It'll mean simply if you're not currently behind bars and you're otherwise eligible to vote, you can take part in our state's elections.
Let's do it today. Let's restore their right to vote.
We need to care about the victim, and there needs to be consequences.
Republicans sought to carve out exceptions, amendments that would withhold voting from those who've committed the most shocking crimes.
People that have committed the heinous crime of raping a child should absolutely be prohibited from voting.
We are not doing anything to undermine the decisions made by the courts.
In the meantime, immigrants gathered in the rotunda as another dream in the works for decades inched closer to reality in the Senate. Driver's licenses for all, a bill that would allow undocumented immigrants to get Minnesota licenses.
And they'll be able to live their lives with dignity.
Senator Zainab Mohammed and other supporters asserted that many immigrants are already driving, and to the hardest jobs, packing plants, roofing, milking cows, to name a few. And they could get licenses before 2003, but now drive in fear that a traffic stop will lead to deportation.
Whether you want to acknowledge their humanity or not, they are your neighbors.
We will not have a repeat of 9/11.
Republicans argued this will only encourage more people to come here without permission and could even make it easier for terrorists to get a foothold.
We are going to have driver's licenses for illegal aliens in the state that is going to be confused with driver's license for citizens.
Republicans asked for special markings such as not for voting or driving only, but Democrats held the line for a license that looks like any other. On the voting question, the Department of Public Safety already keeps a list of non-citizens with driver's licenses. We're talking people with green cards and work permits who have licenses. That list is compared against the voter rolls. And if a non-citizen is caught voting, they face felony charges, jail time, heavy fines, and deportation. In St. Paul, John Croman, KARE 11 News.